Hello everybody! Welcome to Mordor! Mordor! Welcome to the kingdom of the very cold, very hot actually. Today on my own stream I got these guys in the front kind of blocked in place and cleaned up a little bit more with putty the back of this base, and I'm gonna be finishing it once I finally come back from my little vacation. I also have finished this lady. She has been completed, so we got her done. I'm kinda happy with how she looks. She's a nice puppet, so I enjoyed painting her. Thank you. How is everybody doing? Hello Joe, hello Archon, hello Nikessi, hello Quindley, hello Fancy, hello Agent. So last week on this stream we painted a dwarfy boy and we finished him. So we got this dwarfy boy. So now we gotta paint one of his enemies, which is an undead dude. It's a zombie dwarf. Now I never painted a zombie dwarf. Also, I am dying right now, so if you see that I start stuttering and then proceed to dunk my forehead against the desk, don't panic, but please call an ambulance because there's like 700 degrees in my room. It's unbearable, unbearable. I really hope that by the time I come back from Italy, this heat wave has fucked off. Hello Denver. Yes, Marvel, one of the 50 dwarves. So let's work on this guy. I would like the skin to have like a purpley tinge to it. When are you coming back? Maybe never. Maybe I will get kidnapped by Somalian pirates and start a swashbuckling life after I gain their trust. Or maybe the plane we're taking just falls and we just crash into the waves of the Mediterranean and die. Who knows what's gonna happen to us? I should technically be back live on the 31st. So the first stream that I'm going again should be Monday 31st. But you guys can enjoy the Patreon while I'm away. So, you know, my Patreon has a lot of guides in it, and you can start catching up on them by joining the Patreon. If you feel like it, you don't have to, but you know, it's there. It's an option. It's available for you to enjoy it. Yes, I'm missing only next week. Hello, how you doing? I think my room is actually hotter than it was yesterday this time. It's really freaking hot. Hello, K-Bat. Evening. So this is a chick. I'll show you. K-Bat is the owner of this lady. I told him I would show her. Yeah, I'm very happy with her. I think she turned out pretty nice. Thank you, Zelaya. I'm good, just hot as balls. And I even got to the point where the last hour and a half of my stream today, I spent them doing gaming, which was the most atrocious stream anybody has ever seen, I think, because I spent it practicing aiming and literally eating the poop of my opponent. All right, so let's get to work on this guy. I want to do the skin first, of course. So let's give him a purpley pale skin tone of some sort. Yeah, let's start with something darker, something like this. Yeah, let's give him a purplish shadow. So this is an undead dwarf. This is not just a dwarf. He is an undead dwarf. And he's fighting... This is the guy, if I can find him. This guy. So, I jokingly got sent the little crypt diorama thing from Reaper, and I'm actually gonna paint it. So, we're gonna be working on it together over the next few weeks. I reckon the undead characters should take me about one stream to be done. Because they are simpler and they have less metals on them than the heroes. So let's see what we can do. How is everybody doing today? How's your week going? How's your painting going? Are you painting? Yeah, the plan worked out, I guess. Hello, Crowned. How are you doing? About to throw the mini out of the window because I'm frustrated with white cloth. Send me a picture. I'll give you some quick feedback. All right. Let me get a greenish color to blend in with this purple. I know, right? I will miss you guys a lot. Porca madonna. I wasn't able this time to spot it. These pots have a tendency to rip themselves open and not actually. But it's okay. I dropped more than I would have liked, but it's fine. A book club. Or, as I said, join the Patreon and watch those videos. You know, catching up. I know it's not the same because, you know, we're not having chats about stuff, but at least you will not forget my voice. He said he likes Madonna music. Who said it? Ah, sorry, what I said. Yeah. Yeah, I said that. Just quickly blocking out the various shapes. While I'm here, I'm also adding some changes in the midtones. So it's the same level of brightness. I'm just changing the color a little bit, so that we can have some variation in the skin of this guy, because if he's undead, dead tissue actually is very interesting color-wise, although morbid, but it is actually interesting. I don't know if you know this, but some of the more hardcore artists to study anatomy will pay morgues to be able to assist autopsies. Thank you, Neuro. You can do it also tomorrow. All right, I will. Let me just check. Can I give you some quick feedback or not? Well, the reason why it looks like dirt is because you're using a warm shadow with a warm light. You can't use such an intensely warm color like raw amber in the shadow of something that you're also lighting with a warm color. So you need to make the shadows colder, not warmer. Welcome back, Zach. Yeah, that's dedication, dude. I don't think I would ever be able to do that. That is a worthwhile exchange. I accept it. Okay. So just pushing the lights a little bit, trying to get to know the miniature. As you know, I don't really plan my paint jobs a lot, so part of the first few brush strokes is just to get to know the paint job. Figuring out how I want to do it, how the mini looks like, trying not to die of heat exhaustion, you know, these kind of things. The last part is getting harder, man. Like, I wish you could be in my room for like a minute to just feel the heat. It's humid because I have the humidifier on. And temperature, I don't know, it's probably above 40 right now. Like, it's just unbearable. Man, you're very lucky. You are very lucky. Yes, Gibson. I have committed to doing the dwarves from the crypt thing. I'm gonna do all of them. Well, maybe not all of them. Only the ones that I like a lot. I don't really need to do all of them, but I'll do some of them. Okay. No, it's actually very dry. Yes, so the paint doesn't dry lovely. I mean, I look like a raisin no matter what I do, to be honest, so. It's mostly for the paint. Like, if I didn't have the humidifier on, my room would probably be a bit more bearable in weather, because the dry weather would at least make the humidity, like, the perceived heat lower. But, you know. It's one of the sacrifices we do for the art. I'd pay whatever price. I mean, I'm great with cream pie. I live in a very arid environment and thought about getting a humidifier so I don't have to refresh my wet palette every 20 minutes. That would help. That would help a lot. That would really help a lot. It does help me a lot. And I mean, humidifier, like desk humidifiers are not that expensive, so I think you can get away with it. So maybe I can do this for you, so you can actually see the paint job come along a bit up close. I'm gonna have to try my best to stay in camera, but okay. So I want to give the eyes a greenish color as if it's been revived by the same flame that I'm gonna have in the back of the minis. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. As always, I am ecstatic to answer them. Okay. Okay. Yes, Fancy, like everything I paint, really. Okay. So you see, I'm just developing the light. So I push the light quite a bit to have like a strong reflection happen on the nose. And now I can build that down to have it blend with the rest of the skin a little bit more. And so I will still maintain the light, but it's gonna be just a little bit weaker. And that kind of helps with the overall believability. Like, what's difficult about painting skins is that you usually don't worry too much about the material, and you should. So like understanding how reflective a skin actually is and how you're meant to treat it can really help. So the light I had gave me a lot of contrast, but it also looked very non-metallic-y almost. So I need to make sure that I get enough light so that you see it, but not too much so that the thing becomes just like a metal base. Lo regular. Well, I hope it's going well though, Chaos. You seem to use only the tip of the brush. As a beginner, I struggled with it and used the body of the brush. Is there a use for both techniques, or should I use the habitat? No, actually using the body is really good because it gives a... Using the body of the brush gives you a cleaner layering. Like, if I want to base coat my finger in purple, for example, if I do it with the tip, the paint will leave some strokes behind, so you need to have a lot of good mastery of it. But if I do it with the body, the paint behaves more softly, so you can get an even coverage faster. It's a great game, dude. It's a great game. So usually, tendentially, like I will be using the tip of the brush when I'm drawing, and I use the body when I'm blending. Oh yes, food. Thank you, Prime. How are you doing? I don't know, Gibson. Like we are from different regions, I think, so it's gonna be tough to play together. We see that the face is already kind of explained more or less. Now, I have no idea what color to use for the beard. I would like something that is in the realm of what I already have in colors here, so let's do this. I mean, there's not too much carrying that I can do for you, my friend. Like, I currently suck at the game. Clothing? I have no idea. I'm assuming he's wearing a death shroud of some sort. So I'm actually gonna go for a creamy color. You know, dead people usually, you know, if you think about fantasy, they would wear white. So we can give him a white clothing that I can also stain and weather. You're really thinning your paints much more than I do. I'm really learning stuff from you, thanks. It depends on what I'm painting and the weather of the room, to be honest. Like, the paint like this, it's actually a bit too thin for me. I will give you a good example of the actual thinness I use. This is how I usually paint. I have a few YouTube videos explaining consistency. Like, there's a video called How to Glaze. There's a video on glazing that is really good, I think. Also, I don't know if you know this, but this is not really my stream. So, I mean, if you want to know more about my way of painting, I have my own Twitch stream. Here on Reaper, I am working for them only once a week. Although I would love to do it more. But yeah, if you have questions though,
you will know the massive
thank you for the follow.
of my BPD.
If you have questions, just ask, because I will be very happy to answer them if I can. I find when I have painted thin, it's very difficult to maintain clean lines. When your paint is this thin, you're not supposed to have a clean line. You're supposed to, when you're using thinner paint, you're supposed to overlap it. So you apply the first thin layer, and then you let it dry, and then you do another, you let it dry. Like, this kind of layering way of painting works really well when you're trying to either blend colors together, or you're trying to just develop something that is not really defined in terms of definition of the brushstroke. Thank you, Zach. It's okay, Gibson. It is Wednesday. It is. Well, it depends. It depends how I feel. Like, if I'm doing, it really depends on how I feel. Like, sometimes I will build the texture more slowly. Other times I will build it with base coats and then glaze it down. I mean, painting is mostly reaching the same result with different ways. So it's not like there is a moment to use layering, a moment to use base coating. It's more about like however you want to paint and how you're comfortable with. In my case, thankfully, I have good practice with most techniques of painting, so I'm not that particular about how I paint. It really depends on the day. But you see here, we're just pushing the light a bit further. Like, if you're starting from a primed mini, you should base coat it, in my opinion. Like, if you have nothing on the mini and you're just starting a detail, base coating it will work faster most of the time. And even here, I am base coating, like, it's not like I'm layering. Yeah, the paint is a little bit thinned out by the fact that it's so hot that I do have to thin it a bit more to have it flow off of the brush. But like, this thinness is not a matter of preference, it's a matter of survival in a way. Okay. Hello, Asgard. Hello, Nico. How you doing? So the back here I don't have to paint much because I will be having the OSL thingy going on. Okay, so that's good. Let's continue. It is very hard. Because canvas painting makes use of the texture of the paint to also deliver an emotion and also texture. Also, you're not meant to look at a canvas paint job from very close. So you never really see the texture unless you really approach the paint job. Miniatures, on the other hand, are made to be seen up close, and that kind of means that you want them to be clean in the way they look, because otherwise the chalkiness of the paint and all of that stuff would be kind of poop. Also, the problem with minis is that you don't want to fill in the details. So you want a paint job that respects the sculpt, not that completely ignores it and gives you like big chunks of paint. But like, for example, more expressive painters like Banshee, for example, if they're painting a background or a base, they will use very thick paints. They don't care. Like, for example, Banshee uses heavy bodies a lot in his painting. I cannot stand heavy bodies. You can see how quickly it's coming along, by the way. I mean, the symbiosis is really only there when the painter actually has feedback on the sculpt and the sculptor changes it. Most of the time you are shackled by the sculpt, you're not symbiotic painting it. So with the Mortarion job, I think the minis are your canvas. While I just follow the mini follows you. Well, when the mini is big enough, you can draw on it detail that is not there. So this guy, for example, he is very small. So even though I would like to give the hair a softer texture in the way they look, the sculpt and the size of the mini prevents me from achieving it in a reasonable amount of time. Like if I used like a number 000 brush and spent 2 hours on this beard, then I would be able to. But in a reasonable amount of time, I am limited by the sculpt. And its size. Mostly the size. While on a bigger mini that has open panels, the painter is more in control. That's why, like, for example, when I was painting this lady, I wasn't really complaining, but I was saying that one thing that I don't like is when they add textures like this on the bow and stuff like that, because it makes it, or like this one on the cape, because they don't really allow you to do what you want on it. Like, let's say I wanted the cope to the bow to look like wood. Well, with that filigree in the way, it would be super annoying. So it really depends on what model you're working on. My day was good, although hot as balls. To the point where I really didn't want to paint, to be honest. Like, wearing these glasses on my head is really tiring. But we finished the archer lady at least, and made some progress on the base of these marines. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Also, in the case of Chocho, the good thing is that I can kind of simulate the same thing I did on Virgo. So I can do a very sparkly looking kimono. I think she's gonna look really good if I ever get her. No, it's gonna be a commission. All right, so we can introduce some Lebly color. Again, I don't really want to mix new paints or get new paints. So the best I can do here is just try to play around with some greens maybe on the cloth. me just check with the other guy. Okay. So I'm just trying to kind of match the light. But I also want the monsters to be a little bit darker overall than the heroes. So, you know, the heroes look like they are blessed. So are you shadow working because you transition from a warm teal to a cold purple on this robe? No, I'm using a green here just to add color variation to the cloth because I don't want it to look too clean. This guy is still dead after all, so... I want to try to, you know... try and capture a bit of that. So I gave him a light cloth because... I don't know, like in fantasy movies and stuff, when people die, they always get buried into light clothing for some reason. So I felt like the light clothing would work well. But of course, you know, the years that have passed. I hope so, man. I'm really looking forward to painting her. Probably she's one of my most anticipated paint jobs. Of all the minis that I have to paint, she's one of the ones that I want to paint the most. I don't know, it's the pose, the feet also. Hello, 8. How you doing? No, it's just a pose. It's a very elegant pose. I didn't want to say it. Okay, we can start introducing some... What time is it? Okay, let me have a cigarette. We can start introducing the golds. Who? Who is it, Neuro, that does it? What sculptor? Also, like, worship design, what does it mean? I think the thing with sculptors is the same as painters in a sense that it doesn't really matter how good you are. As long as you have connections. So a sculptor, and in the world of sculptors is actually even worse because the average level of a sculptor is much higher than the average level of a painter. Because you have to understand that people that like miniature painting is unique to itself. Sculpting, especially in 3D, is in a lot of things, not just miniatures. So when you are a 3D sculptors, you're competing also with people that do action figures. You're competing with people that do video game characters, people that do a bunch of stuff. And in the case of mini painting, to make it as a sculptor, it doesn't really have to be about you being good at it. It's about you selling yourself well enough to people. Because like, we have plenty of incredible sculptors in mini painting and we are very lucky to have them. But it's also true that you can find people at an incredibly high level, even in the most average of groups when it comes to character design for video games. Like people that study character design for video gaming, they are perfectly qualified to be miniature sculptors. While in the case of a mini painter is a different skill. Like a canvas painter could not translate very easily to mini painting, even if they are great artists, because it's a completely different philosophy. It's a Greek company. I've seen those minis in real life at the Madrid event I went to. Ah, no, wait, maybe you didn't send him there. Well, Chocho, the Japanese lady, she's from a Greek company that makes historical characters, but they are very well done. Hello! Yeah, I just need to paint the mouth now. Once I give him a mouth, I think would be good, more or less. And like, funny thing, the guy owning that company is also the guy that does the box arts for it. And he is literally a nobody in terms of recognition in the world of mini painting. And I can tell you for a fact, he is one of the best painters in the world when it comes to historical painting. Oh yeah. Gotcha. So, good thing about gold doesn't weather. So, the interesting thing about this character will be that the gold elements on him will stay fairly gold. I can make them slightly dirtier looking, but they will be overall gold. Okay. La donna immobile, a più al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero. What are you talking about? Of course, that's what somebody would think. The Reddo. Is this one still alive? Nope. Of course not. Vittoria, Vittoria. L'alba vindice appar, che fa gli empi tremar. Libertà sorge e crollan tirannidi. I could, but that wouldn't make too much sense now. Fantasia used to scare the poop out of me when I was a child. Okay. We are moving at the speed of BBD, my friends. Ludicrous, yes. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hello, Frances. Good day, how you doing? I'm home, back to all normal routine though. I missed exploring on vacation in Spain. Yeah, man. Understandable. I'm looking forward to my own vacation, so maybe I can stop melting myself in this little room and go to the beach, have gelato, eat Italian food, you know, the good stuff, the really good stuff. With this weatherman, painting is like really tough. You know, like most painters that live in hot countries during the summer, they kind of stop painting. Yes, today is my last stream. And then I am leaving Friday for a week. So tomorrow I'm just going on working on finishing up the Patreon stuff. And then I am leaving for a week. Is it good, Neuro? Do you not have air conditioning? No, we don't have it. It would be an absolute blessing if I did. Right? Ah. Ah, that's true. The triangle, yeah. I guess if you haven't heard anything, it means it has. We're done. We're done. Wacha! Wapa! Wapa! Love Bryn. Pretty fun little paint job, I enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. This dwarf crypt thingy is really nice. I like it. I really like it. Well, it's part of the it's part of the crypt dwarf king crypt set. So the idea is that these dwarves have gone to, I don't know, rescue some relics of the past in an old king's crypt, and as they are doing it, they are encountered with undead dwarfy boys from the past. So the plan here will be to build up some sort of a diorama with these guys in it and duking it out really with one another. It's cool because the diorama also gives you like some basing stuff. So that's really nice. Hello, Godhog. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. For the Lost Note, to paint her as best as I can make her, we're talking 650 euros. That would mean like not only paint hair and everything, it's also mean resin pouring the base and have the water effect going under on top of her feet. Like, I would match the artwork pretty much. Man, so many people subscribing. Thank you, McTuck. Just gonna give it like a green glaze to the gold, just to make it look like it has a bit of a stainy thing going on it, so that it doesn't look exactly like the golds on the normal dwarves. But you can see that as long as you get the values right, you can do whatever you want with color. Like I can put this green in the shadows of the leather if I want. It's gonna work out. It doesn't matter. Like as long as the values are right, you can do whatever you want. Hello, Anik. That's a long time ago, yeah. I don't know why I get like Reaper paint jobs often lead me to like savant mode where I'm just like lost in the paint job and I lose track of everything. I don't know why, like it's just because maybe the minis are so simple and small that I don't have to be worried about, you know, like all of the work that there is to do, and if I just do it, the mini will be like, I don't know what it is, but like I really enjoy painting these minis. That's a pretty nice face, though. I like it. Thank you, guys. Alright, we're good, yeah. See, I said I was done and then gave myself a moment to think about how I could make it better after calling it done, and we did. So, like, yeah, this guy will be sitting somewhere around here on the base. This guy will be, like, somewhere around here, you know? And, pew pew. They're amazing, man. The sculpts are really good. Really good sculpts. I'm actually seriously looking forward to the next one. Next one will be one of the heroes. So, but yeah, my friends, we're done. So what can I say? I'll be seeing you later. I don't have much more to paint. So I'm gonna go take a shower. And y'all be good, all right? I'll be missing for a week. So be good people. I will be missing you a lot. I will think about you every day. I'll try to send pictures and update you guys on the Discord with stuff. And, you know, like, just in case you want to have more of me in your life while I'm away, you can always join the Patreon, where I have thousands of hours of guides, so you can check those out. In that way, you get my company and also my knowledge. But yes, guys, thank you everybody for being amazing. It's been a great month on my own stream. I mean, it's been a great month, and I thank you all. You made it what it was, so thank you everybody. And I'll be seeing you when I come back. Bye. Wrong camera. Bye.